Yom haKippurim, Day of the Atonements, produced and presented by Philip and Eve Clark. Yom haKippurim is often called Yom Kippur, or Day of Atonement. The wilderness tabernacle has always been Yahweh's illustration, showing how we can approach Him. Hebrews chapter 8 to 10 tells us that it was merely a copy of the true heavenly sanctuary. Every year, atonement had to be made for a number of things. These included the Aaronic priesthood, the holy place, the tabernacle, the altar, and the people. The high priest normally wore very beautiful robes. On this day, he wore very humble linen garments. Linen garments. Now this is the main point of the things we are saying. We have such a high priest, who is seated at the right hand of the throne of majesty in the heavens, a minister of the true tabernacle, which the Lord erected, and not man. Hebrews 8, 1 and 2. Messiah Yeshua, who being in the form of God did not consider it robbery to be equal with God, but made himself of no reputation, taking the form of a bondservant, and being found in the appearance as a man, he humbled himself, and became obedient to the point of death, even the death of the cross. Philippians 2, 5 to 8. On one day each year, 2 goats had to be presented at the door of the tabernacle. Lots were thrown, and one was chosen for Yahweh, and the other for removal. The goat for Yahweh was presented as a sin offering. The goat for removal was presented alive before Yahweh. Sin offering. And according to the law, almost all things are purified with blood, and without the shedding of blood there is no remission. Therefore, it was necessary that the copies of the things in the heavens should be purified with these. For the heavenly things themselves with better sacrifices than these. Hebrews 9, 22 to 23. Presented alive. Therefore, when he came into the world, he said, Sacrifices and offerings you did not desire, but a body you have prepared for me. In burnt offerings and sacrifices for sin you had no pleasure. Then I said, Behold, I have come. In the volume of the book it is written of me, to do your will, O God. Hebrews 10, 5 to 7. The high priest had to take a censer full of burning coals from the altar before Yahweh, with his hands full of sweet incense, and take it inside the veil. The high priest had to take the censer into the Holy of Holies, and ensure plenty of smoke covered all in that place. Incense. Now, when he had taken the scroll, the 4 living creatures and the 24 elders fell down before the Lamb, each having a harp, and golden bowls full of incense, which are the prayers of the saints. Revelation 5, 8. Then another angel, having a gold censer, came and stood at the altar. he was given much incense, that he should offer it with the prayers of all the saints upon the golden altar which was before the throne. And the smoke of the incense with the prayers of the saints ascended before God from the angel's hand. Revelation 8, 3-4. Let my prayers be set before you as incense, the lifting up of my hands as the evening sacrifice. Psalms 141, 2. The high priest then returned to collect the blood of the goat for Yahweh, and again go behind the veil into the Holy of Holies. Blood. None of them can by any means redeem his brother, nor give to God a ransom for him, for the redemption of souls is costly. Psalms 49, 7 and 8. With what shall I come before Yahweh, and bow myself before the high God? Shall I come before him with burnt offerings, with calves a year old? Will Yahweh be pleased with thousands of rams, 10,000 rivers of oil? Shall I give my firstborn for my transgression, the fruit of my body for the sin of my soul? He has shown you, O man, what is good. And what does Yahweh require of you? But to do justly, to love mercy, and to walk humbly with your God. Micah 6, 6-8. But Messiah came, a high priest of the good things to come, with the greater and more perfect tabernacle not made with hand, that is, not of this creation, not with the blood of goats and calves, but with his own blood he entered the most holy place once for all, having obtained eternal redemption. Hebrews 9, 11-12. For such a high priest was fitting for us, who is holy, harmless, undefiled, separate from sinners, and has become higher than the heavens, who does not need daily, as those high priests, to offer up sacrifices, first for his own sins and then for the people's. For this he did once for all, when he offered up himself. Hebrews 7, 26-27. Now, this is the main point of the things we are saying. We have such a high priest, who is seated at the right hand of the throne of majesty in the heavens, a minister of the sanctuary and of the true tabernacle which the Lord erected, and not man. Hebrews 8, 1-2. In the Holy of Holies, he sprinkled the blood on and before the mercy seat. Holy of Holies. Now, when these things had thus been prepared, the priest always went into the first part of the tabernacle, performing the services. But into the second part the high priest went alone once a year, not without blood, which he offered for himself and for the people's sins committed in ignorance. The Holy Spirit indicating this, that the way into the holiest of all was not yet made manifest while the first tabernacle was still standing. But Messiah came as high priest of the good things to come, with the greater and more perfect tabernacle not made with hands, that is, not of this creation, not with the blood of goats and calves, but with his own blood he entered the most holy place once for all, having obtained eternal redemption. Hebrews 9, 6-8 and 11-12. For beautiful and original designs based on the Bible's Wilderness Tabernacle, visit www.wildernesstabernacles.info.